And a very good evening, everybody. I'm John Cole. We hope you're doing well. Tonight we continue our conversation with the head coach who led the baseball Tetons to the Region 13 title.
It was a battle last year. What do you think about the conference race this year around?
It's going to be a battle every year. I think for us to, look at that from a more larger scale perspective, Miles is always going to be tough. Bismarck's always tough, and Bismarck's probably the most veteran team in the conference. Miles is young like we are, and then Dawson's always, competitive as well. And so I think there's a lot of teams in the conference that have a lot to prove. I think there's a lot of teams in the conference that, we don't really know anything about. There's a couple new coaches, and so I think it's going to be another one of those years where, everybody's just fighting it out week by week.
You got to feel very good in your coaching tenure. You produced your first Division I player. It's got to make you feel good and makes the program look good.
Yeah, I think for us, the big thing we always talk about is finding the right fit for our guys, more so than chasing levels or organizations or anything like that. I think for us, I'm surprised it's taken this long to an extent. I think we've had some pretty talented players over the last few years, and Cameron will do a great job at where he's headed, and hopefully there's more to come.
Well, and you've had quite a few already, so year hasn't even begun.
Yeah, no, most of I would say we probably only have 3 or 4 guys that have not committed to a 4-year school yet. I think we're at 9 or 10 that have signed and committed, and most of which have they've done a really good job throughout that process. A couple of them are real happy to have some opportunity to continue playing, and we couldn't be happier for those guys.
And the big thing is about kids who are on last year's club. They know, hey, you got to hang in there. You never know what can happen. Look what happened last year.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think you're always trying to play your best baseball at the end of the year. You're always trying to elevate your game. And I had a coach tell me one time, postseason baseball is all about doing a little more, a little better, a little more often. And I think that's what we're going to try to do a little earlier this year. Not necessarily try and wait around till the last week of the year to play our best baseball. Try to do that as we open the conference schedule and see where the game takes us.
All right, it's a great line. All right, they've been removing the snow from Raybon Field. We'll see if it warms up enough to allow them to play Good Friday, against Lake Region at home. And Cameron Goff is headed to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. They play in the Southwestern Conference, the SWAC. That's D1. So far, hitting .313, 8 doubles, 1 homer, 19 RBIs. He's from Port Charlotte, Florida. So yes, Florida to North Dakota, and it all worked out for this young man. He played on a team that won a regional title and earned a Division I scholarship. So back to the South he goes, but he wants to help the Tetons get to that World Series. All right, we left here last night without a final. Gonzaga, unfortunately, got Utah 77-66 in the NCAA Women's Tournament. Of course, Sydney's Jordan Sullivan is an assistant on that club, her second year. They made it to the NCAA tourney last year as well, but got beat by eventual champ LSU. Good year for the Lady Utes, 23-11 and 11-7 in the conference, and we hope to visit with her sometime this summer. Let's take a timeout.